Woo! Greetings and welcome, everyone, and happy Halloween. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 316. I'm one of your hosts, Daredevil. Joined by a face-hugging Jet fan. Which Ninja Turtle are you?
Michelangelo.
Mikey.
It's Lord.
I can't see! And we even got a Mario brother out here.
It's a me.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 316. It's Halloween. We're dressed up. If you have just audio, then you're totally missing this. Check it out on YouTube. We all got our costumes on right now. Woo! So, welcome, listeners. Welcome, guys. Episode 316. All right. Let me get my gloves off so I can actually browse my computer. Let's move on to the box office chart real quick. Let's see. The box office chart of death.
Of death?
All right. At number one was Tyler Perry's shit. Tyler Perry, number one.
That's right.
Who wants to read off the numbers? Because I can't see them.
I didn't bring that up.
Now they're going to get a really extreme close-up of my face. It's like 17 million. It beat out Inferno that opened this week at number 2. That's the Tom Hanks, obviously the Tom Hanks Da Vinci Code, Dan Brown saga that totally bombed. That's the big story this week. Is not Tyler Perry, but is
it did 147 worldwide.
Okay.
I guess they're more interested abroad in that than we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, but it is more of like a showpiece of like the Italian cities. So, it's like a touristy thing. Number 3 is there we go. Jack Reacher, The Accountant, and Ouija.
You cheater.
I can see outlines of things, and I even have one glove off already.
Yeah.
So I can see outlines of things, and that's not the red button. Okay, so there's your box office. Opening this week is a little movie from a little company from a little place in California. Was it really in California? I guess they are.
Probably. Everything ends up there.
Called Marvel's Doctor Strange.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, it is going to be huge. International opening for this movie was $86 million last weekend. That was in 33 markets. Has yet to hit China. We were talking about that today on Slack, actually.
Oh, that was without China?
I believe so.
I did not know that. That makes a difference.
Well, that's what I was talking about with China bringing in $30 million by itself on Guardians. I believe it was without China. So, if anybody wants to double check my facts, please do so. I can't quick look facts anymore. I have to do this all from up here. 86 million, which is a very, very respectable opening weekend for international. We're expecting, they were charting it for like 85 here. We were discussing today about it might make 100, which could be.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it.
Yeah, I think it could make that. Mike, what do you think?
No, I think
Of course not.
I think it'll be mid-80s.
He's got to stick with his downward trending.
It's not. I don't see the excitement for this movie, but
I think that's why the word of mouth is going to be really big for this. We'll see if it has legs, but I mean, the opening weekend, I think it could get to 100. And if we're looking at 80, 85 probably, what they were open for.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they were projecting recently.
Yeah. So
and those projections have been high lately.
The fact that the movie is getting very, very, very high reviews is going to help. So it's a good thing.
Too damn high.
Yeah, I mean it's no Iron Man review, but it's 91% on Rotten right now, which is Iron Man did 94. I think Civil War did 92. So did also Avengers. Avengers did 92 as well.
We know Rotten doesn't mean anything in the long run. Suicide Squad still made like 750 million.
No, yeah, it's true. But like legs wise, it should. We always talk about legs on this show. We love our legs, and
that's what I mean. Like Suicide Squad's legs were a lot longer than we expected.
Good. Yeah, it's true. So, we will
see.
I
like the little Ebo in your jacket pocket there, Tony.
Yep.
Little small little thing. I have sticks, whatever they're called.
to scream at.
Thank you. I have the Escrita sticks. I just don't have them with me because they're kind of pointless right now. So, anyways, so yeah, that's your box office. Let's move into some movie news and then get into what we've been up to. So, hey guys, let's see, or not. Jesus, what's the first item on the list? This is going to be terrible. Somebody has to help me.
Tim Miller.
Tim Miller, the former director of Deadpool 2. Remember we just talked about last week how the director has dropped out of Deadpool due to creative differences between Ryan Reynolds, which we found out later on, I don't think we reported this, was apparently like $300 million. It was like a ridiculous amount of money he wanted the budget to be for this movie. Like with marketing and stuff, they were going for like $300 million. And Ryan Reynolds said that is not the vision he wants. And so that was the big creative difference, and Ryan Reynolds won with the studio. So that obviously money related. You know, you have your actor who says we could do this with cheaper, and they're going to go that way. So
Well, I mean, it's like Nike's analogy with basketball. You know, you have a superstar, and he's the face of the franchise. You're not going to get rid of him.
yeah,
No.
Fire the coach.
He's got a bigger dick to wave around, basically.
But
So
yeah,
he-
I'm sure the studio is like, oh yeah, you want to do this cheaper? All right, we side with you.
yeah. So that was what the big story that broke. And we may have forgotten to mention it last week or whatnot, but Tim Miller has resurfaced now, working on the new Sonic project, the movie that's coming, the hybrid live action movie that's being made.
Why does this have to happen?
It's going to. So
So for people like you, Mike, you should be excited about this.
No, I didn't even watch like any of the Sonic cartoons.
Really? None of
What?
them? Not even the old ones?
Chili
I
dogs?
I saw
Chili
like
dogs?
I had like a home video with 2 of them on it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm satisfied. That's enough.
I don't know.
I personally hated the weekday one where it was like, he talked about chili dogs and whatever.
Yeah.
The Saturday morning one where it was like a bit more adult.
dark
and, like,
one?
Had a serious.
Yeah,
It
the
had
dark
a serious. I mean, it was kind of dark. It had. I mean, compared to most other cartoons, I actually liked that one.
Oh yeah, with his companion Sonic and Friends or something like that,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Sonic CD is free on the App Store, iOS,
Oh, okay.
this week.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, and if
I'll
Sonic,
down with that.
If Sonic was a good game, then yeah, I'd get that. I mean, when
What?
Sonic CD was a good game.
It is.
yeah, there's only so many times you can run through a loop and get rings.
There's only so many times you could jump on something too. So
Well, no, because there was variations.
what variations?
You could just hold left and hit the A button a million times as Sonic and be fine. Mario, you had to kind of stop
okay.
and run.
Ugh.
That's you with
Talking
Mario.
about?
We're
No, you would
bringing this
actually
right-
go backwards if you did that in Sonic, as opposed to some other games where you can't.
Yeah. You can
Why
go
would you
backwards
ever
in the
wanna go
latest
back?
Mario.
Not the latest. We're talking about,
Mario World.
25 years ago.
Mario World.
You talk about Sonic CD. That's like 25 years ago.
I never mentioned.
I didn't
Sonic
talk
CD.
about Sonic CD.
That
What
was
are you
Corey.
talking about?
I'm just talking about Sonic games in general.
Yeah, they're more interesting.
Woof.
Oh, we had this discussion.
So many times. So many times.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like,
What else is
numbers, reviews, they all say
No, I
otherwise.
think
They
this
all
guy
disagree with
that
you.
outfit's a little biased, but
I'm not even being biased. I'm just
So
saying
is
if
it-
you go
I'm
by
just playing
critic
off your
reviews,
costume, dude.
you want to go by sales, like
Yeah,
anything.
you go to
It's just-
sales back at the time. There you go.
Sonic was popular, but I don't think any Sonic game ever outsold any Mario game directly.
Because Mario came with the system all the time.
And Sonic didn't come with the system?
No, it didn't. It was newer. No, the Genesis was out way before Sonic came out.
Whoa.
Alex Kidd
Whoa.
was their original
Whoa.
guy.
Whoa. So was the NES, Mike. So was the NES. I got the NES with Gyromite and Duck Hunt.
Yep.
So your whole argument
But they switched
out
it
the
out.
fucking win. Yeah,
They
a
switched
year
it.
and a half later.
So they still put it in there.
Tell me. So did Genesis. So did Sega.
I don't know about that.
let's move on. I'm done with this right now.
Well, you shouldn't have brought this up. You brought it upon yourself.
Well, actually,
Well,
I,
no,
I,
trying to
I,
give
Jim's
did.
the one who
free
has to start
content here.
crying about Sonic CD, a well-known, decent game.
I made a cheap shot at Sonic CD.
I made a cheap shot.
All because the movie, which is going to be shit. I think we can all agree on this.
I don't know why they would bother with that.
Yeah. Anyways, so speaking of shit, the Flash movie, which I'm a big Flash fan. We all know this. I'm a big Flash fan. Love the character. Oh, have been worried about this character since I saw the costume design. Even in the Justice League, even the Batman versus Superman movie. Sorry, I almost called it Justice League prequel. I didn't like the look, and now the second director for the Flash movie has now dropped out due to creative differences between him and the studio. So it sounds to me. What's that?
No, they were at Comic-Con in San Diego talking about it, and he was there, pretty excited.
Yeah. Apparently he wasn't that excited because they were
Well, he was
arguing.
probably excited for his vision, and now they're telling him they can't do it.
Yeah, what are they changing?
Excited because he was being paid, and then he's like, you know what, this isn't worth it.
I don't know if this is a good sign.
No,
This is
there's
the
no
second-
way this is a good sign.
This is the second director?
Yes.
Not wow.
Both leaving under creative differences.
I was never
Well,
on board with the whole, Flash and movies version. I don't know. You have this. I know that all the CW shows have been bad now, but still, they established that, and now they just contradicted with these movies, and they have this new casting and characters. I've never felt like this was going to be good from the beginning. The first time they cast whoever his name is, and then you see him in Batman
Miller.
Superman. Yeah, and it's just oh, that guy, really?
Yeah.
I've never had a good feeling about this, and I don't think this is good news in any way.
Like I said, I did it they had me at the costume where I was like, ugh, it looks like a robot.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never thought this was a good idea after Man of Steel,
Yeah.
but
Oh, the
I
Snyder.
realize
The Snyder and everything.
it's not even Snyder though. It's not.
It's a part Snyder. I mean,
It's a big part, yeah, but it's not the whole story.
obviously.
I know you guys like Suicide Squad, but I thought it was poop emoji.
I mean, I don't
emoji.
didn't like it. It was just good enough,
I liked it.
Yeah. We're getting that was the final director's vision, by the way. Now we're getting a new director's vision on the Blu-ray.
I guess there's a second director we didn't hear
dumbest
about.
shit
Yeah.
ever.
A new extended cut for Suicide Squad. So
Ugh,
because of how good how well Batman vs Superman must have sold on Blu-ray for the extended cut, they're thinking let's cash in and make some money on this again. So that's what they're doing, I think.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Back to Marvel. Karen Page, Misty Knight, Mike's favorite character.
Oh yeah, we never got to talk
uh,
about her ever. We never.
Corey, did you even start?
No, he's never gonna watch that. Give up on it. It's not happening.
I'm watching it. I just not. It's taking my time.
Yeah.
I've seen
What
2
episode
episodes.
are you on?
Just like
Two?
that face hugger.
Mm-hmm.
Taking its time.
It's allowing me to talk. I might not sound too good.
Is it allowing you to talk or is it controlling you to talk?
Good question.
Anyways, yeah, so Karen Page, Misty Knight. I was like, what did I say just a second ago for this news? But Karen Page, Misty Knight. I think we all know Karen Page from the Daredevil. So they'll be joining the Defenders series, miniseries. They're calling it a miniseries on
only
Netflix.
8 episodes.
Oh, okay, so that's why. Okay, there it is. So joining the Defenders miniseries on Netflix next year. That's pretty cool. I mean, Misty Knight, we've had our gripes about, but Deborah Ann Wall's awesome.
More than enough of her.
I mean, she's a big character in the Luke Cage comic, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
I think she's.
I've never heard of
I think
Luke
she's.
Cage.
Isn't she a bigger character in Iron Fist?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Isn't she like Iron Fist's like love interest or something like that?
What?
Oh.
I look it up.
I'd rather not. I'd rather just watch and. No, it's serious. I'd rather just
All right.
watch.
All right. No, but it's cool that they're both joining it. I mean, it's just I said it's this is like the ultimate culmination for them. So, I'd be shocked if Bernthal didn't show up as the Punisher in this, just kind of an episode or something. But it's gonna be tough with only 8 episodes.
Yeah,
However,
Something has to happen each episode.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are complaining that Luke Cage is too long.
well, that's what I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
well,
So
there's like
if Luke
1.5
Cage,
characters in that show.
if Luke Cage was 8 episodes, it would have been a better show. So we could get a good show here. Really good show. Could be awesome. Action packed.
I still like the show, but I definitely think it would have been a tighter
Yeah.
experience if they had 9 instead.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for movie news. We did Halloween stuff last episode, right?
we
Yeah.
mentioned some things. Yeah.
Yeah. So did the Halloween stuff. Let's get into what we've been up to. We'll talk about what we've watched. I got a bunch of stuff. So Rebels. Let's talk about Rebels. I'm caught up on that now. Tony, I saw you were caught up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So Tony actually caught up. So
Yeah.
Mike, are you watching this stuff or what?
At some point.
Still on Clone Wars.
Yeah, I know. I'm on like the
But, like,
10th episode
You
of Clone
fucking
Wars.
filthy
But
casual.
now we have a third person here that can back up saying that you do need to watch. Do you understand the Clone Wars into Rebels, right? Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. I would. It
Doesn't have the impact.
yeah, no, I agree.
Clone Wars makes Rebels a better show, but
Absolutely, 100%.
for me, Rebels is not a good show. But there are aspects of that show that are good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say certain parts are better than Clone Wars, but I just don't feel like the main characters can hold it as well as.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing to live up to because you have characters like Anakin and Obi-Wan and Yoda and Mace Windu.
Yeah, you have
you
major
know.
characters. These are like new characters. What's that?
Right.
Yeah, characters that you've heard of.
Yeah. Plus,
Right.
they're Jedi. It's tough to do a show in Star Wars and not have Jedi. Really, you know what I mean? Like, it's not there. It's a weird feeling, and I realized that more this season, like the Force stuff is like it's kind of there with Ezra and Kanan, but you know they had a little parts in it, but it doesn't. They don't. It's not like Anakin and Ahsoka and you know. And Obi-Wan, it's not having them. It's a different kind of Force, you know? It's like they're very untrained, unskilled. So it's very raw, I guess is the best way to say. But I think that the Clone Wars is obviously a better series. I mean, we don't know. This is not finished, this one. But it always has stronger overall arcs. This one does have good arcs, just not as strong. Like, not as strong overall.
And it's too bad because this is all new ground that they can cover
Sure.
that we've not heard of.
I feel too that parts of hold on. Let me just finish with the end of season 2 of Rebels was awesome.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 or 3 episodes were really like, okay, wow, this was worth watching up until this point.
High point of like both shows together. Essentially, I think I put them right as good or better than any Clone Wars episode.
I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, but at the same time, I think the consistency was there in Clone Wars, whereas Rebels, there are literally some episodes where I was just like,
Oh no, I'm just saying those episodes.
no, yeah, I'd agree. But again, just going back, I feel it's because just some of the characters are nowhere near as strong. Like the crew of the Ghost, right? It's the Ghost.
Yeah.
They're interesting, but I feel like we haven't really explored them too much to really get too tied to them.
And
I don't
it's,
know, it's weird.
definitely stayed much more of a kid show than Clone Wars kind of matured. This
Yeah.
one hasn't, in my opinion.
I feel like
enough.
this season it's starting to, because like the first episode I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, I was not expecting that. It was definitely a little dark, but nothing as dark as like season 2 of Clone Wars. It's just like, the dude just got chopped in half, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't even like shy away from it. It's like, yeah, we just lost.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I don't-
yeah, the end of season 2 is awesome.
So this season's
Sure.
been okay. I do like the last episode, like you had said. I did like that one quite a bit actually, because again, it referenced right back to the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
You talking about this season's latest episode or last?
Yeah,
oh,
no, this season's latest episode.
yeah. Roger.
Right, yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
Who's Roger?
the last battle it was called.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool to actually see that from not only Ezra's point of view, but then have to relive it with like with Rex and
Now, the one thing that really pissed me off, and this is sort of a spoiler, I guess. I don't think it really matters because you watch the movies.
earmuffs.
But, during that one episode where they contact the person, Yoda, I was just like, so they knew about him, but he didn't help? Like,
no,
the fuck is with
he's
that?
got his own purpose though, just like Obi-Wan.
Which is what?
There's
All that made me
the
believe
twins, man.
more
The
is
twins.
that Yoda is a biggity bitch.
Yeah, he's there. He's there to make sure that when the time comes, he's there to train the most important Jedi in the history of Jedis.
No, I don't buy that because he could be helping things now, but instead he just runs away. I mean, let's just say overall that in Clone Wars, he really didn't do anything. He really didn't.
It was all a big fuck up. It was all a
You're
big
right.
fuck up. That's the best way to say it.
Be careful, we must. And it's like he never did it. That's all
Dude,
he
the
talked
thing
about.
I do have a problem with Yoda because every time something happens and then it's like bad or something, he's like, "Yeah, I guess we shouldn't have done that." It's like,
Yeah. Like,
it's in the Dark Disciples book.
Mm-hmm.
There's like some stuff that goes on that is totally against everything that the Jedi are about, and he's all for it. And then when that shit happens, like everything gets all fucked, he's like, "Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that."
we probably.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he seems more reactionary than you would think Yoda would be.
Right.
Like,
And I know
But
that
that
even.
has to be though because they're all writing this back based off of what's. I mean, that's the problem is it all has to lead to some point.
it's retconned.
Right. And I understand they even address it within that same episode, I think, where they're like, oh, most people didn't even know Master Yoda, and it seemed like he changed even before the Clone Wars began, and definitely throughout. But I don't know, I just feel like both series of this TV show have actually made me look down upon Master Yoda. Whereas, like, before, I was like, okay, I understand his purpose, and I'm just like...
We saw him as Master Yoda. We don't really see him as this all-knowing being now because we've
You were
seen
the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest Jedi. No, I don't buy that bullshit.
Well, he was, but the Jedi got full of themselves. That's what we're trying to say. With like everything that happened, they got full of themselves. They did become what they feared, essentially what they didn't want to become, the dark side. But they were clouded, but they were also completely different. Like they war based. Once they became war based, that's not the Jedi way. That whole thing was it was also manipulation from Palpatine. I mean, it was a great job from him.
And that
He just
is one
outplayed
thing-
them the whole way.
That is one thing I'll say. I like how in this most recent episode they even like piece that together. It's like, why were you guys even fighting? You
Yeah.
both kind of lost.
That was great. Yeah, that was
It's
really
like-
cool to kind of both of them to realize and they Josh realized it too during that. They're like, wait a minute. Yeah, who did stand
shit.
to gain the most?
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. So then they all realized it at that point. The Emperor was the one that gained the most. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the episode, and the season's been okay. It's just I'm trying to go spoiler free from even last season. So
Yeah.
just the way
Yeah,
shit
I
went
wanted to-
down, you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one last thing I'll say, and then we can move on, is I do like the introduction of Thrawn, I think you guys said. He
Yes.
does seem like a very interesting villain rather than just like a
well, did you ever?
mustache-twirling
Now, have you ever
caricature.
read Zahn's books?
No, I have not.
He's very. I mean, this character, from what I'm seeing so far, I like completely nails what he is
That's-
in the books. Like he's
He
always
does-
calculating. The only thing I didn't like was when he got a little emotional at the one point.
Yeah.
He's always cool and collect, like always. He's always calculating. So maybe that's
This is
like
also earlier in his
yeah,
career,
that's true.
technically.
Yeah.
So
So we'll see. Maybe I'll read or listen to that.
Yeah.
Speak.
You gotta
which
listen
I'll
to
just
it.
transition.
speaking of
Voice work
reading-
in that, so good.
speaking of reading
Yeah.
and continuing with the Star Wars talk, did we all finish Ahsoka?
No, I'm still like a little less than a half.
Okay, well Corey and I finished that one. Wasn't that great of a book. I'm just gonna say it.
No.
So
Yeah,
could have been
I
an
was
episode.
Disappointed, you could say.
Yeah, could have been an episode on Clone Wars or on Rebels. It would have been a nice flashback, actually. Maybe two
There's some
episodes.
things that get revealed here and there, but nothing.
The ending
really.
I liked. I liked the cool part about the ending, and we'll have to talk about that later. But I liked that ending part, with what she does. It just makes her character more awesome because she is, in all of Star Wars, my favorite character.
We
All of
noticed.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's-
think she's up there too right now.
I mean,
She's
there is.
definitely a top 5 character in my
I mean,
opinion.
yeah. I mean, you could put her up against Luke, Vader,
Fuck Luke.
Solo,
Luke's a bitch.
Han Solo. You can put her up against all of them. Major
I
characters.
mean, the problem is like extended universe stuff doesn't exist now.
Yeah,
And there's I like Thrawn better. Like
Yeah,
as a character.
Thrawn's pretty awesome, and Kip Duran was always awesome too.
Oh yeah.
But then it's all extended universe. I mean, we don't know what Thrawn we're gonna get, so I'm just going right now with what's been rebooted. I'm saying
Obviously,
that.
I like a Saab interest, but
Oh yeah, you do. Okay, I never really got attached to her. So
she's a unique character.
Who?
She's not in much. So
Asajj Ventress from Clone Wars.
Yeah, I had to read like up on that because I was like, wait, what happened to her between this and Rebels? And I like read into it. I was like, oh well.
she saves the Jedi single-handedly, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into something else we've been up to. Mike, I'm gonna have more stuff, but I'll talk as you guys talk, because I'm sure we've watched the same things.
Okay. Well, I watched all of the mediocre CW shows.
Those I haven't watched. I just started watching The Flash from last week, and I'll get to it at some point. But
The Flash was alright, a lighter episode, but they're... You know how, like, they never wanted to open breaches because it was dangerous to the other world? Now they're doing it for, like, no reason whatsoever.
I got to that
completely
part.
willy-nilly.
I got to that part of this episode. Like,
They're just like, oh, cool.
let's produce another one.
Like, I don't understand that at all.
I don't get it either.
It's really dumb.
Yep.
It's, I guess, just an excuse to keep a cast member around.
Yeah, it's to get that cast member back on the show, because that show is only good when that cast member is there.
Yeah, so...
Now you guys know who we're talking about.
The reverse.
Well, no. The character that he was...
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So, whatever. The most interesting stuff that has, like, probably the most interesting impact from Flashpoint is stuff with Caitlin.
Yes.
So, that'll be interesting. Mirror Master showed up. Not a very good showing for him. I don't know that much about Flash's villains, but I think he's supposed to be one of the bigger ones, and...
They're all lame. They're all fucking
There are...
lame, dude.
I mean, Grodd is probably the best, and they made him... Yeah.
There's that one animation special, I think it's Flashpoint, maybe, where, like, it begins with him, like, fighting, like, his entire Rose Gallery. And I'm pretty sure one of them even, like, jokes how, like, they're nobodies. Like...
There was a joke
never
from
has
around.
any trouble with them, it seems like.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Eobard is saying these guys are nobodies.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, that was alright, but pretty dumb. Then Arrow...
Look at me, I can throw a boomerang. Yeah.
I don't remember what happened with Arrow exactly.
It's okay. I don't
More
really care.
more
Was it
nonsense
good or
with this
bad?
new team. It was...
Not memorable. That's
No.
for
I mean, he's still, like, being a little douchier, which is a return. Which is good, I think, but
But we already know what's going to happen. The team is going to change him and make him, like, good again.
yeah, there's one guy on this team that, like, has no business, like, being allowed to do anything. But whatever. And then Legends of Tomorrow is the one I want to talk about the most. Because, first of all, the premise of this is the same as Ninja Turtles 3 right now.
They go back in time.
Feudal
They go
Japan.
back in time to feudal Japan.
Yeah, I saw that.
At least one of them gets incapacitated among the locals, and then they have to protect a village from, like, future technology. It's the exact same plot as Ninja Turtles 3.
I can't even believe that you remember the plot of Turtles 3, dude.
I watched it a million times. It was
That
my-
reminds me.
Why?
because it was my favorite movie at the time when I was little.
What? Out of all the Turtles movies?
It was the
three
newest
Turtle movies.
one,
Ugh.
and I was
Are
like,
you serious?
This explains a lot. I'm sorry, dude. This explains a lot.
"Yeah, it explains I'm like 6 years younger than you."
Doesn't
Dude, I watched it when it first came out, and I still realized it was shit. I was like, well, done with that.
It's not the Turtles movie you wanted after 2.
Turtles 2 was my first big movie, and then that came out and it was new, and I watched it like a million times on video.
It doesn't even make sense. They're Ninja Turtles, and they train them to be samurai. What the fuck?
They didn't train them to be samurai.
Didn't they put them in samurai gear?
Yeah, they gave it to them because they're that shape. It
Yeah.
matches up. But that's beside the point. So my mind was... I was thinking about Turtles 3 going in, and then my mind was blown when I saw an actual actor from that movie in this episode.
And you recognize an actor?
I recognized him. Yeah. It's like 70 years old now. He was the bad emperor guy in the Turtles movie. He's the father of a girl who one of the characters meets in this
Tell me
episode.
his character's name is the same. That'd be awesome.
It's not the same, and he's a more sympathetic character this time. But yeah, that blew my mind a little bit. So it was, Turtles 3 type of storyline. But new characters is in the show trying to be put in. There's actually 2 new cast members in Legends. Both, we'll see how they go. But the most interesting thing is there's a little tidbit about Barry Allen has a message from the future.
Oh, man. Is it like the one from Batman v Superman?
I don't know no one knows what it is. But so that'll keep you somewhat interested coming back for that.
Nope.
But I still think Legends is the best of the three right now.
Well, the best of the four is actually Supergirl, but
Well, I'm never gonna catch up with that.
you're not that far behind.
It's one season.
I know, but
It's the best of the shows. You're watching the shit show that is Legends, and you're missing the strongest of them. That's on Monday night. It had Superman. The last episode was okay.
So it starts already.
Why? You can't have a weak episode because we got plenty of them with Arrow. Plenty of them. But you're still watching that shit show.
Oh yeah, it's 4 years invested.
Okay, Legends. Let's go with Legends because there's the same amount of time.
They're not that bad. They've never been that bad.
Apparently, the new ones.
You don't take it that seriously. You can't, but it's never really been that bad.
Watch Supergirl and tell me that it's not. That it's like it's just. Come on, it's ridiculous. Supergirl is the strongest.
I watched one episode
Supergirl
of it last year, and I'm like, I don't need to watch this
show on that network now for the superhero shows, and it should be watched by all. If you're watching any of these other three,
watched by all.
If by superhero standards, if you're watching those other three shows, you should be watching Supergirl because you owe it to yourself to watch actually a good show. That's all.
It's fine now for the first few episodes, but then it's going to be like the one episode I saw from last year.
Sure,
like, wow,
they're all going to have down episodes. It's a season. You're never going to have a season that makes all nines.
Most of the season sounded the same to me from last year, and from what I've read of the reviews. So.
I don't know. I thought this episode was fine for Supergirl. It wasn't spectacular like the first two with Superman in it, but it was still good. And I think Superman is going to get a spin-off. I'll make the prediction right now that he's getting a spin-off.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to
prediction right now.
They're not going to go full Superman.
I will bet on this. I already won one with Supergirl once. I'll do it again.
I think they would do a Batman solo thing before they would do Superman.
Nope. They're going to do Superman first. Trust me.
I don't agree with that statement, but I don't think they're going to do a Superman either.
There will be a Superman spin-off for this. There will be.
Not solo. It could be like a
No, man, because we know how they operate. They're working on another Superman movie. They're definitely
Is that me?
make a Superman show with it.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I think you just cut out. Was everybody else good?
Yeah, he went a little robotic. But,
that's okay. Okay. Go on. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying I don't see them doing Superman just because they're already working on another movie, and I don't know. You know how they get weird with their characters, and how they couldn't even show the Joker in Justice League, the animated series, after a certain point because of the whatever dumb shit. And I mean, who knows if Flash is even going to be around by the time the movie comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the movie comes out at this rate. It'll be gone in a flash.
Yeah, we haven't really had pure Superman since Lois and Clark, and that's not even really pure Superman. So that's why I'm pretty skeptical about it. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's more of a focus on Clark.
They just want them in the
show.
big screen. I don't think they're going to do a television show.
Whatever.
Anyways, so those are the three. Did you watch anything else of worthwhile? Because,
I
those shows
Agents.
really aren't, but whatever.
I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
There you go. There's the show.
It's about the same in my estimation.
What? What?
I didn't like this new episode. I thought it was... First of all, remember how I applauded them for not bringing up relationship drama when they could have? Well, they brought it back. So that's great.
Mike, when that happened, it was
They
right
brought
after
it
our
back.
podcast, and I started laughing because I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna hear this from Mike immediately." And you're right. They did have that relationship shit because
Brought it
you have
back.
to have it.
Wait, with Fitz and Simmons?
However, you're telling me that you count this show on the same level as any CW show?
I'm just as interested in seeing it each week as I am the CW shows.
Okay, you're entitled to your. That's like your opinion, man.
Yeah, I saw that this week as well.
Did you? Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I actually saw it for the first time.
So what'd you think of Mike's costume now? The other Mike was right spot on.
It was perfect.
Spot on, right?
Yep.
My for those wondering, my cousin cosplayed as Walter from The Big Lebowski at at my brother's Halloween party, and it was like spot on Walter, like without a doubt, spot on Walter.
But yeah, my other issues with going back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were Skye is intolerable at this point. I'm sick of her attitude. I can't stand that, Lincoln, of all the things that happened to her with her parents, Lincoln is the thing that puts her over the edge. That's just screw that. And I'm just sick of her, just being, eyeshadow emo girl now. Enough. And then this, like, Robbie makes this mistake that I think is, like, really hard to, like, forgive in this episode, too. It's really stupid. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm actually most interested right now in the storyline with the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. The whole Inhuman running Shield.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with how they ended the episode with him.
Is he though?
Yes, is he? That is the question. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't mind mentioning that just now, because it's not a spoiler at this point. But I don't know. I think Ghost Rider needs a spinoff. I'm ready to say that right now without a doubt. I think his character's fantastic. I like him being on the show, but I don't want him to be on it forever. I'd like them to go back to their own thing, and I'd like to see more about him.
I
I think
he
the first half
works
of the season.
the way he is now.
Just on the
Yeah.
show.
I think he'll be on the rest of the first half of the season. I don't know about the second half, and I think that's fine. I definitely would agree that I would rather see him solo.
Oh, okay.
For
So
a bit.
you're agreeing with me. Okay, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I would. I said I would like after the first episode that he deserves like either his own syndicated show, or I'd rather just have Netflix, and that way they don't have to hold back. Which I'm actually surprised at some of the things they've had him do already. It wasn't shown on screen, but what he did this last episode, I was like, well, there's
Again, 10 o'clock time slot.
yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. I think he works in these small doses, but
But you don't think? I think he works. Like, I just think he works. Not small doses. I just think he works. Like, yeah, maybe not as a solo film. Maybe team him up with a lesser hero that they have, but make it like him and one other hero as a side.
Punisher.
Yes, and I keep saying that because it would be fucking awesome, and I would love to see it. But
that's the thing is, he'd be cool to show up as a guest somewhere doing
like-
things. But like, I don't know. I think he's in the Luke Cage scenario. It's just not a leading.
Yeah.
He's
I
got
could
the
see that.
Superman problem. Like, who's gonna hurt him? What's it? Especially when he's dealing with other non-mystical characters, which you guys don't believe there's a difference with. You don't have anyone else who has any like concept of his abilities or any way to hurt him. So he's just walking through like anything so far in the show and like never worried about anything because no one can deal
Well,
with
that's
him
how it
at
always
all.
happens. It always
Yeah.
starts out with these characters are overpowered, and then something's gonna happen. I'm like, oh, he has a weakness, and then they can exploit it. It's just like in any video game, like you fight a boss character and they're badass, and then as soon as they join your party, it's like, oh, you're not that great anymore. Like, what happened?
he's absolutely right. You get that intro section of a story, and you're like kick-ass guy, and then you like that guy is like with you, and you can't play as him, but he's with you, and you're kicking ass, and then you get to play as him later. Oops, and he's not nearly as good.
Did you not see what you knocked over there?
It was just Gundam. It was a Gundam.
But you didn't see it, did you?
Well, it's glass. I can see a little. It's just it's very blurry. I found out when I was looking at my phone just now. Everything is extremely blurry. How does Daredevil do this?
Maybe because he's blind.
Maybe it's magic.
Maybe it is. All right, Mike. Anything else?
Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that's what the last one was. So this was I liked this episode, even though it was this is more of a premiere in my opinion. I like this episode as a premiere. Did anybody else hear about it?
I don't watch it.
I
Like,
liked
okay,
it. I watched it.
We got introduced to a new character in the Walking Dead world, which is he's a king
It's a deal.
among kings. I wanted to be vague, but okay, Michael, just say it.
Whatever.
He's got a tiger.
If you know who that is, you've already read the comics. So
Okay, so we got to introduce. I liked him. I thought he's a great character. I really like him.
I like him. I like this episode. I like these slower episodes, honestly, in The Walking Dead, kind of more than the event episodes at this point. I don't know why.
Well, this is a soap opera then, Mike. You're just loving the soap opera.
I'm not loving the soap opera. I'm just
That's what
like
it is.
I like it when like
It's like relationship drama.
there's no real relationships in this episode. Not really. I don't know. It was just introducing us to a new area and a new world, and a definite contrast to last week.
I don't know. Yeah, it was. It was.
And your friend Chloe Bennett was on The Talking Dead.
Yes,
Because
our friend.
Yeah, because you guys met her, sort
Close
of.
enough.
Oh, she sat next to us. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, when you sit
It's
next to
not-
somebody and watch
Made
an
out with
episode,
us.
what's that?
Practically made out. with all of
Practically.
us.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she was right there on the floor.
Because apparently she's dating the guy who plays Spencer, though.
Who?
The guy who should have been dead 10 times over from Alexandria. Deanna's
The son?
Yeah.
What?
What? What?
God.
I knew you guys would like that. Yeah.
Disappointed.
But yeah, it was a pretty good episode. Definitely a change of pace that was needed. That's it.
All right, Tony.
That's it.
Whoop, Corey.
I mean, Westworld. Watching
Westworld.
that.
Yeah, I heard that's
Awesome.
really good. Movie-wise, what else did I watch? Nothing yet, really. Well, Doctor Strange is this week. Corey and I are going to see it. Maybe Mike.
Yeah, I'm on the fence.
Oh, whatever. So we're going to see IMAX because it's shot at like an hour in IMAX. So
Cumberbatch said it himself. Like
Yeah.
over an hour.
over an hour's worth of IMAX footage, which is really cool to hear. And then I want to see it actually. This is actually intriguing to see in IMAX 3D for the way the visuals are.
I mean, some people are saying it's a better Inception, which is kind of mind-blowing.
Literally.
Looking forward to it. So
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be seeing it this weekend as well.
Yep.
I'll wait for you guys to tell me if it was worth it in 3D.
yeah, we'll see. All right. That's going to wrap up episode 316 on the movie side, movie edition. If you would like to write us, podcast at allycangeek.net for any questions or comments about the episodes, how we got these amazing costumes. Please do. Follow us on Twitter, allycangeek. Like us on Facebook. Tune in to our Games Cast. What's coming up next? Or first. Whatever you listen to first. I don't know. Tune in. See you next week, or talk to you next week, whatever you do. Oh, on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There we go. That'll do. Done.